Today we are having a special conversation with a special person who has made a special association one of the vibrant association or sporting disciplines in the country. You probably might have heard of an association called the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association. Today we have the president in our studio, Mr. Abdul Hayye Yartey, to speak to us about the events they are organizing and the kind of problems they've currently been involved in with the Ministry of Youth and Sports following their decision to request just for 3,000 Ghana cedis, or should I say 3 tickets to fly athletes far away to South Africa to participate in a championship. But the ministry say they don't have money to support them. Meanwhile, they are pumping about $8 million for the senior national team to participate in the African Cup of Nations. Is the Bodybuilding Association of Ghana being neglected by the Ministry of Youth and Sports? But before we get into that conversation, we want him to tell us what kind of motivation pushes him to continue to support bodybuilding when he already has a football club. So many things people don't know about the gentleman. It's Mr. Abdul Hayye Yartey. Thanks very much for coming to our studio today.
Thank you very much, my brother.
A pleasure to have you.
Nice meeting you.
I was just talking about your motivation for supporting Ghana bodybuilding.
Well, I'm motivated by the athletes. My life throughout, I like helping people. And through football, I find myself into the sports bodybuilding because I was very tiny, and then I decided to go into the gym to put up some muscles. And I saw these huge guys, and I decided to research on how I can become huge like them. And then during the research, I saw that we have numerous bodybuilding events worldwide, and I decided to put up a bodybuilding show as well. Now, I listened to the cry of these athletes being neglected so far in the society, vis-a-vis money to buy food supplement, some of them even to pay for their gym registration and other stuff. And I began to help them. I began to organize events for them, and it got stuck there. So throughout, everybody wants you to assist, get his career somewhere. And inshallah, we've helped some of them, and they are independent now. So the motivation is basically helping people through sports.
Someone would ask, how impactful would bodybuilding be to the Ghanaian society?
Very impactful. I would say bodybuilding is the root of all sporting discipline. If you're a footballer, you're an athlete, you play lawn tennis, you play volleyball, beach soccer, you need to go into the gym and put up some muscle. Specific sporting discipline requires specific gym training. So bodybuilding becomes the root of all sporting discipline, because an athlete that is not fit, well built, cannot perform to the top. So bodybuilding is very essential. Having said so, to a layman who is not a sports person, health and fitness, which the Bodybuilding and Fitness Association preaches. When I say preaches, in terms of trying to educate
the public about
how important health and fitness is very essential. We need to exercise the body. We need to eat healthy, even sleep healthy, so that we can be strong and fit to go about our daily activities.
Not to cut you, but if you look at the several sporting disciplines, we've got like 43 different sporting disciplines in the country, and Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association is one of them. If I'm a young guy out there, how do I get into bodybuilding? What should motivate me to get into bodybuilding?
Well, let me say what motivated these athletes to get into bodybuilding. Again, as I said, I've seen pictures of Cristiano Ronaldo flexing his thigh muscles. I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo flexing his abdomen. Now, you may take that further to say, okay, I want to build this muscle to this level. Now, bodybuilding is about building the body part and standing on stage to actually compete with the other colleague to say that I have the best physique as compared to you. So these athletes are motivated to get into the bodybuilding as a sport because they think that they can build a very good, attractive physique more than the next fellow.
So it's just the physique, just the
Yes,
physique.
the presentation of the physique, that's one. And again, I told you about eating right, training right. A bodybuilder will not go and stand on stage having only the upper part of the body built and then the lower part is not built. Yeah. We don't call that person a bodybuilder.
Okay, how do you call that person?
Probably the word that the normal Ghanaian know as macho.
Macho man.
Macho man. So there is a difference between a macho man and then there is a difference between a bodybuilder. Okay. There are 7 composing body parts that every bodybuilder, when you stand on stage, you have to present to the judges and to the audience. And the leg, the thigh muscle, and then the calf muscle are one of them. So you don't build only the upper part of the body and then thinking that you're a bodybuilder.
What is the economic benefit of bodybuilding?
A lot of benefits. I love this slogan. It's a health and fitness important for building a nation. A nation that have his people not fit and healthy is not a moving nation. Okay. And you look at the current lifestyle of people, sleep in air-conditioned room, jump into air-conditioned car, drive to air-conditioned office, sit in the office with all this cold, jump in the car again, and then get home. Before you get heart attack, certain chronic diseases, and then we are off.
Let me just generate a conversation to the events you organize. Just recently, you were re-elected the president of the association. Have you come up with some plans of programs you want to do for 2019, and what are they?
Well, 2019 is loaded for the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association. Just as you rightly said, in February we had the election to re-elect new executives or maintain some executives into their position. Okay. And elections for every organization is a serious event. So there are some sporting discipline in Ghana who were not and have not been able to go through successful elections. Yeah. So if the GBFA have been able to go through a successful election, no, what should I say, fight before and after, then that's a successful event that way. Okay. On the 6th of March, we organized and introduced a new bodybuilding competition. That was the Flex Night of Champions. Okay. And we had, because it was Independence Day celebration, we actually have the whole event tag Independent Fitness Festival. Okay. In the morning we had an aerobic section. After we went for a photo shoot at the Independence Square because the Independent Parade were moved from Accra to Tamale. So we went to the Independence Square to have a photo shoot. And then afterwards in the evening, we have the Flex Night of Champion. Now, we are preparing to go for the Arnold Classic Bodybuilding Championship, which is the biggest bodybuilding championship on the African continent. Okay. The Arnold Classic Bodybuilding Championship have come to replace the Mr. African Bodybuilding Championship that will have been off for about 5 years, but it's been reintroduced this year. After the Arnold Classic, from the 17th to the 19th of this month, we are coming up with a new event called Beach Body. We organize that event at the beach, and an opportunity for individuals to show the good physique that they have. From the Beach Body, then in August, we have the African Bodybuilding Championship in Angola. From the African Bodybuilding Championship in Angola, the World Championship this year is coming up in Dubai. And after the World Championship in Dubai, then we have our national championship, the Man Ghana 2019 in December.
That's a very compact year for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And just the recent one is just going to be the classic in South Africa, right? Yeah. And I was hearing some reports of how you requested for 3-4 tickets and it hasn't been successful. How are you going to participate in this competition with that support?
Well, point of correction, we didn't ask for 3-4 tickets. We initially sent a budget to the National Sports Authority to be presented to the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And the budget actually contained 18 members. That is 8 bodybuilders, 3 female bikini, and then 2 men physique athletes. Then we had 4 executives. Now, the National Sports Authority asked for vetting. We went through the vetting process to actually try to identify the athletes and executives. After that, they asked that the number being dropped from the 18 to 10. We dropped 8, and finally it came up that there cannot be any assistant. So if there can't be any assistant for 10, as they requested, then let's ask to see if they can get us 3 or 4, because it becomes a huge burden on us as an association, and that is why we went for 3 or 4. So the rumors that you are hearing that we asked for 3 or 4 and then they couldn't provide, we asked for 18, they decided to give us 10, and at 10 they couldn't give us, and then we say, okay, if you can't give us 10, then give us 3 or 4, and then they said they can't give us 3 or 4.
So how are you going to participate without that support?
Yes, we've asked each and every athlete to fund his or her trip to South Africa.
Why not the association funding the trip?
Well, the association, as you know, is lease finance sports, meaning that we don't get financial support from the ministry, and the association doesn't have money in the coffers.
But must it always be the ministry supporting you to go and participate in international competition?
Great. The association has been in existence for 10, 11 years now.
Okay.
And through these 10, 11 years, several activities, locally and internationally. From all these activities, it is only in 2009 that the ministry supported the association.
It means that was 2008 that it came into being, because 2008 to date will give you 11 years.
The association was inaugurated by the ministry itself in 2007.
Okay.
Okay, so we're hitting 12 years now.
Yes.
In August, will be 12 years now. So in 2009, they gave us that support. But since 2009, 10 years now, no financial assistance from the ministry or the National Sports Authority. Now, you are asking, is it always have to be that
the ministry go into the taxpayers' coffers to support you?
They haven't supported us. And if you ask, I'll say yes. Because I've heard the saying that the black star belongs to the nation.
Yeah.
So if the black star belongs to the nation, the black muscles belong to the nation as well. And it's not me as an individual who have to fund the trip for this. Because we went to the Annual Classic 2018 last year, we won, the overall winner of the contest was won by a Ghanaian. And you could see the Ghanaian flag being flagged. The national anthem of Ghana was played. I have a football club. My football club colors are red, black, and yellow. It was not flagged. It was a red, yellow, green, and black star that was flagged. The national anthem of the nation was played. So it belongs to the nation. And it's the nation that inaugurated the association. So as a result of that, the nation had to fund international trips of this. Even locally, that's the most important one. They've not given us any financial assistance. We are doing courses for trainers. These are trainers who train the ministers, who train people who are involved in accident, and then they are coming back to their health and fitness. So at the end of the day, if it shouldn't be the Ministry of Youth and Sports taking charge of funding international trip for this, then they shouldn't have inaugurated the association. They should let all these boys be. I can tell you there are so many athletes that have passed through bodybuilding, and then today they are successful. You know what sports can do. Sports take them around the world. Sports have given them their daily bread. Some are employing people because of their participation through bodybuilding. So I think if you ask, I would say yes. It is the responsibility of the Ministry of Youth and Sports to assist every sporting discipline that they have inaugurated and have accepted into their coffers.
He has just said it all. He said it's the responsibility of the Ministry of Youth and Sports to provide support for the associations that they have personally inaugurated. We'll be going for a break. When we come back, I'll be asking him questions regarding why just the national team that, because they've played our national anthem, the taxpayer should support, and what sort of benefit would Ghana gain if they go out to participate and win laurels. We'll be back in a jiffy. It's still Prime Sports special episode here. We are speaking to the president of the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, Mr. Abdul Hayye. He's been speaking to us about how the Bodybuilding Association have been able to survive all these years without support from the Ghana government. He just mentioned that it is a responsibility of the Ministry of Youth and Sport to provide support for associations that they have personally inaugurated, but they haven't had that support since 2009. That's exactly a decade. Good 10 years, they've not been able to get any support from the ministry, but they continue to survive. But he started an example about how he has heard reports that the government of the country is going to support the Black Stars with about $8 million to participate in the 2019 African Cup of Nations. If the Black Stars is for the state, the Black Muscles is also for the state. But a big question people will be asking is, if the Black Stars goes to the AFCON, they will be returning with about $4.5 million should they win the tournament, and that goes into the coffers of the government. If the Ghana Bodybuilding Association steps out there and win the laurels, what kind of benefit does Ghana stand to gain? Mr. Abdul.
We're talking about sports.
Yes.
Let me say this. In your introduction, you actually said that I have a football club,
yes.
Cheetah Football Club.
Yes.
And it is from my club that Christina Chu moved to Porto.
Yes.
Alasan Wakasu moved from my club to Portimonense in Portugal. Look at what sports have done for these two young men. And if all goes well, Achu will be representing Ghana in Egypt.
Yes.
Sports have taken Achu, Wakasu off the street. Today, these guys are independent. They take care of themselves, they take care of their family, and about 100 people around them, directly and indirectly. That is what bodybuilding also seeks to do in regards to what football is doing.
Is that what you're doing or what you seek to do? Because you've won laurels before. So what did Ghana gain out of those laurels that you won?
Yes, so that is what I'm saying. That is what bodybuilding seeks to do, and that is what bodybuilding is doing. Because today, Kofi Salia can travel to UK anytime that he wish. Because he have a UK...
But that's an individual benefit. How does the state benefit that?
It benefits because Kofi Salia currently, because of his participation in bodybuilding, have a job, have endorsement, have opened a security company, and he's taking care of 40 people in Ghana.
Yes.
He's employing, paying salary for 40 people. Do you understand the benefit?
Yes.
Now, these 40 people, as I said, Achu is actually taking care of people directly and indirectly.
Yeah, I'm aware of some of his foundations, how he supports people and all that.
That is it. If today John Mensah have a factory, it is because of his participation in football and him representing the nation and having that fame, that image. That company will come to Nike will want to sponsor John Mensah, want to sponsor Asamoah Gyan, vis-a-vis the money that the winning bonus and other stuff that they are giving to Asamoah Gyan. He will be able to open a factory or a job that other Ghanaians will benefit from. Do you understand it?
Yes.
If you are looking at the nation, that the nation is going to benefit this amount of money from winning the competition, what about if we are kicked out at the first round? You may say that we will have appearance fee.
Yeah.
Do you understand it? But again, when you help Asasi, Frimpong, to actually compete, and you actually give them the recognition that they also need, they'll be training other trainers, who will be training other people to be very healthy. What is important than health? If you have money, if the nation have money, and then they don't have healthy people living into it, how do we survive in Ghana? So bodybuilding is equally important, just as football is important to the nation. Football will bring the nation money.
Yes.
Bodybuilding will bring health and fitness to the people. Which will you choose?
Well, it's not about my preference. It's not about my preference because...
No, you are also a Ghanaian.
Yeah, I'm also a Ghanaian. But if I'm fully fit, am I going to survive on being just fully fit?
Yes. Health is the most important of everything.
Can I use my health to go and buy something?
Sure.
So how do I...
let me tell you, there are people who are rich. They have money. They can't move. They can't move. They can't step out. If you have health, you have everything.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
If you have strength, you have everything.
But there are so many people out there too who are also extremely healthy, but they can't also survive.
They are the people who are carrying your kaya for you. When the rich man go into the market, Mokola, she or he cannot carry. Not because Osika, no. It is because the load probably are too heavy. So you need somebody who is energetic, who is strong, who is fit to carry those stuffs.
But don't you also look at it from the angle where the government of the country feels that supporting a national team brings more of, let's say, monetary to our economy, rather than just supporting individuals to go and participate in it?
Then we are not being fair.
Have you factored
The
in?
nation cake is not being shared properly.
So how should we share?
Yes. Each year we hear that they're going to cabinet stuff, national budget is being read, the national budget is being read, and these are being allocated for sports. Right?
Yes.
This is being allocated for sports. They didn't say football.
But have you questioned them whether if they have a specific budget for all the federations we have in the country?
We say sports.
Yes, and all the federations we have in the country all force on the sport.
That is it.
So if you have federations, like 43 different federations, and the government of Ghana decides to pump in $1.6 billion for all the federations, then the onus is on the National Sports Authority to cut the cake per what you've got.
If we have 1.6 billion, million for sports, give bodybuilding only 100,000 Ghana cedi each year to develop sport, develop health and fitness in Ghana, and see what will actually happen. So if 160 million is being allocated for sports, how come? Ask yourself, 10 years along the line, a sporting discipline is not enjoying any of that.
You see, I don't want this to drag further.
Yes, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah, it can go on and on. But I don't want it to drag further. But I just want to ask, what have the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association brought to merit 100,000? Bring 1 million Ghana cedis. Let me give you 2 million Ghana cedis. If you go out to participate, do you bring me that?
Bro, I've said this and I'm saying it again. The Ghana Bodybuilding
Should I just give you the money, you go out there, you spend it, you don't bring back anything?
And this thing. So the nation want to give money and get money in return.
Exactly.
Okay, so I've said it here just a moment ago that
then they are not being fair.
Health and fitness is the most important thing of everything. But I will tell you now, there are so many health and fitness activities running in the system. These same ministers, I don't want to make mention of names, they come up with their own fitness work, health work. Why? And then they get involved. Why?
Have you seeked for sponsorship and you did not get?
Sponsorship from corporate bodies?
Corporate Ghana to support you to go and participate in international competitions. You are not getting support from government.
Yes, we does. And we get some corporate body coming on board. We are not referring to corporate bodies. Let me say this. You take us through the whole process. We presented our budget. The budget was prepared in December.
When did you present the budget?
The budget was presented in January.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. How much was the budget?
The budget was $32,000.
$32,000?
Yes.
Okay.
We presented the budget in January. Having presented the budget in January, you wait just last week, 3 weeks till the event, to tell us that nothing can be done.
Didn't you have alternative plan for this when you presented the budget?
So it is better at the early stage that was communicated to us.
But you should also have alternative plan since government was not able to commit all the numbers you were having. So if you still wanted to go with 18 people, you provide alternative plan to cater for the other 8 while still waiting on government to provide for the 10.
Okay. Presented the budget to the ministry.
Yes.
They actually told us that we can take care of 10. Put the number to 10. Okay. So even if you are taking care of 10, 8 is going out, we'll be content.
Would you be content that you are going to take the 8 there because you can pay for the 8 to go?
Yes, we have to raise funds for the 8, and then the government take the 10. That's good. But again, you throw it at our face 3 weeks to the time to say even the 10 we cannot provide for.
So the 10, how much was it?
In terms
the 10 people, how much was needed for them to go?
We're asking for $17,000. Do you understand? So even if you cannot provide for the 8 and you want to provide for the 10, then you give us the assurance that something will be done with the 10.
Okay. Then from there, you went down to ask for tickets, and they said, how much is a ticket?
The last time that I checked, South Africa Airways have dropped their ticket price from 4,400 to 2,700.
In dollars or in cedis?
Cedis, Ghana cedis.
So it means that if you're asking for 4 tickets, that would be like 12,000 Ghana cedis.
We have accommodation.
Less than $4,000.
We have accommodation, feeding, transportation, participation fee. We're not asking you much for that. And this is because we saw that, okay, NSA don't want to do anything for us. So if NSA don't want to do anything for us, just provide us with about 3 or 4.
Okay, I do remember vividly, somewhere July 2017, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Mr. Isaac Isiama, said Most federations come to him to go for international competitions instead of coming to him for support to help develop young talents into the disciplines. Couldn't this be one of the reasons why they've not...
It is, for me, I might choose my word careful, but I would say it is. I don't want to accept that.
Have you been neglected by the ministry?
Because we've actually applied last year, Man Ghana, we applied for support. That is a national event to actually develop the sports locally.
Then again, have you been neglected by the Ministry of Youth and Sport? Is that what you're trying to say?
That is what I would say. Because if...
Why would they neglect you?
Well, because probably I'm not in the ministry to know whether the funds are there or the funds are not there. Or the funds are being channeled into, what should I say, football, boxing,
athletics,
hockey, I can't say. But I'm speaking for my association. And I don't know the reason why we are facing this. And this is why we are talking at the 11th hour that they've disappointed us. Let me give you a scenario. Last year, Cyril Kofi Adjah, he's not in the country now. He won the Arnold Classic 2018, Arnold Classic Africa 2018, the biggest bodybuilding championship on the African. This thing was won by a Ghanaian. We came and then we went to present the 6 athletes that won medals together with the African champ to the then acting Director General of National Sports Authority, Bawa.
Okay.
And we asked if we can be given the platform to meet the minister and then meet the father of the land. And then he told us he was going to work towards it. That was it. Whatsoever ends there. This young chap who have worked months, spent a lot of money, was not even given 100 Ghana cedi or 1,000 Ghana cedi. But recently, I heard a boxer went, and then the father of the land gave him a car, gave him 50,000. How fair is that?
Okay, we have to wrap up the conversation, but I'm just going to ask the last question. Now, whether the support comes or not, you are likely to participate or you are likely not to participate. If you don't participate, what will happen?
If we don't participate, it's bad for the athletes because they started their preparation about 4 or 5 months ago, spent a lot of money in tuning their body to what they are now. And also, everybody is expecting Ghana to come and defend the title that they won last year. But it's not about a question about if we don't participate. We are participating. We've asked the athletes to try to raise money. And we know whether support from the ministry or not, we have to go. So we are seeking support. And that is the main reason why we had a press conference today.
Look at this camera and give me your final words. This is your camera.
Well, my final word is an appeal to the people of Ghana, lovely people of Ghana. If health and fitness is important to you, please, the little support that you can give to the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association to participate in the all-important Arnold Classic Africa 2019 will be appreciated and acknowledged. Thank you very much.
I have so many questions to ask, but we need to wrap up here. Time is not a friend when the conversation is getting so interesting. It's been a pleasure speaking to the president of the Ghana Bodybuilding and Fitness Association, Mr. Abdul Hayye Yartey. He's been speaking a lot about how the Ministry of Youth and Sport and the National Sport Authority have not given them any support in the last 10 years. He feels it is unfair for the government of Ghana to take a step by supporting other disciplines and ignoring other disciplines, since they all represent Ghana and fly high the flag of Ghana wherever they are representing Ghana or participating. It's been a pleasure coming your way. We'll be back here again with another episode of a special conversation we'll be having soon. My name has been Muftau Nabila Abdullah, and this is Prime Sports.